Hello, my name is Lee Hartman, and I'm a veteran here in Tampa, Florida. I want to tell a little story about this apartment that I moved into. This apartment took approximately, it took the Tampa Veterans Administration here in Tampa, Florida, took them about almost 5 months to find me a place. The conditions were as I had three animals that I wasn't gonna leave, and I also have a criminal record. Now, understand, my criminal record is 10 years old. I've been on the program, the HUD-VASH program, for 3 years, so it hasn't been an issue except with housing. So that's two hurdles right there. So we moved into this apartment here, and the owner's name is Lisa Tamblin. Remember, that is very important. And what happened was that we came in here and we were informed that there might be the possibility of rats. Okay, might be. So we basically assumed that it was free of rats. This apartment was inspected by the Tampa Housing Authority and passed. We moved in on the 5th of May. We took possession. And that the following week, we had a rat come and visit us during Grey's Anatomy at 8:15 in the evening in the hallway. We then trapped her in the bathroom, went through the whole scenario, called her, and that's when all this issue started. My basic reason for calling her and telling her is we have a pregnant, Maria has her daughter, my girlfriend has her daughter here, and she's almost 6 months pregnant. So there's going to be a grandbaby. Anybody remember the story about 101 Dalmatians? And when the rat starts crawling into the crib, that's what I see. So of course, the lady came up the next day and bought traps, and then that was it. So basically, I was being told by the owner that I've got to live with rats. Don't close up the hole, she says. I don't want the rats. But yet the lady downstairs, who's had rats and has, told me about pictures she has. Now, whether she does or doesn't, I don't know. I've asked her to send one to me, but some people just don't want to get involved, especially when the rent is so low for really a nice two-bedroom apartment that wasn't really clearly up to standard, but it had passed an inspection. So anyways, so now we come up and we started having problems. The lady wasn't going to do this. The lady wasn't going to do that. Well, I called the Channel News 8. I talked to a gentleman, Steve. I didn't actually talk to Steve Andrews until after I had sent an email. Approximately 2 days later, Channel 8 told me, and that's when I talked to Steve Andrews. I was on my way home. Well, he came, and it was aired that day, Thursday, the 18th of May, here in Tampa, Florida. Well, of course, I got a hold of the Tampa Housing Authority. They messaged me the next day through my old counselor for the HUD-VASH program out of the Tampa Housing Authority. And they requested that I have a meeting that day in the afternoon with the owner. Well, long story short, it failed the inspection. Now, mind you, on the 15th of April, this passed inspection. Now, I haven't been able to get an answer of what the difference is between the two inspections. But anyways, we still have the issue with the rats. I haven't been contacted by the Veterans Administration, and the VA known about this all along. Now, what you got to understand is that this was never a malicious act. All of the other little issues, the painting of the apartment, which we did, and everything else, look, we brought it up to our standards, not up to theirs. That's really terrible when you think about the way the condition of this was. But anyways, we turned around and we made it the way that we'd like to have it. The paint is the same as any other apartment. It's the same color, same style, same thing. Nothing's changed, except the fact that we now have a place that is still not being worked on. There are many issues, and I haven't heard anything from the Veterans Administration at all. Gee, do you think that's because my counselor automatically went on some sort of hiatus? I mean, I'm not able to get a hold of her until the 30th, and man, I've already sent an email to God knows who. Oh, by the way, I had wrote the President Donald Trump. I had wrote him in March when I was going through the beginning issues of being able to find a place. That was absolutely suitable to live in, not just get me there and I'm fine. The White House correspondence was to the fact they said, we have forwarded to the appropriate agency, and President Trump appreciates you bringing it and you sharing your story with him. Okay, that was in the beginning of the month. I haven't heard nothing, and I really need help. So what this video is about is that I really just wanted to be able to have it so my granddaughter, when she's born in 3 months, is safe. And the real pisser about this whole thing is that the veteran that was here before, he lived with the rats. Because when we viewed this place, the VA, 2 of their counselors, and this lady, Lisa Tamlin, I kid you not, he told them straight to her face, and her remark was, "Oh my gosh, really? Well, how come I don't know about this?" But yet the lady downstairs has been trapping rats for about 5 months. You see what I'm saying? Oh, I'm going to leave you with this kicker. We moved into the apartment. Last week, we have 4 sensor lights on the corners of the building. You know, the security lights come on when people walk by. We're out there the other day, and the light comes on, and we're talking to our neighbors, and lo and behold, the light comes on, and my neighbor says, "Boy, that's really bothersome, ain't it?" It's like, "Yeah. Well, what happened to yours? Yours don't come on." She goes, "Oh, don't worry about it." She says, "You can go in your box." She says, "I don't know which one it is." She says, "But it's in your fuse box. You can turn it off." Wait a minute. You mean to tell me that the sensor light that's on the corner of the building on my end that's hooked up to my fuse box? She goes, "Oh, yeah, it's somewhere there." So I come into my house, and the next thing you know, we start flipping switches. It's marked disposal. But there's one drawback, or actually 2. When you flip the switch, I can't use my microwave. Oh, I like my microwave, but I can't use it because every time I have that switch on, it powers the light outside. The real thing for you to think about is, did the lady even tell me about this? Not only that, it's not in my lease, and there's no verbal agreement. So I want you to sit down and start calling some people, the city council, the Hills. Oh, don't call the Hillsborough County Commissioner's office. They can't do nothing. But call your senators. Call your congressmen. I need help. This needs to be addressed. Look, alone in here in the city of Tampa, $60 million that are going to this program. Now understand, the program works. It's just the policies and procedures that suck. The people behind here, look, some called my counselor 3 days ago on a Monday. Today is Wednesday. Nothing. Nothing. The director of housing for assisted housing for the Tampa Housing Authority, I wrote her a message 2 days ago asking her for a meeting. She wrote me back, "Well, let's just wait on the inspection." There's more to this. It's just not about some vet crying about rats. It's about somebody who's being told, "You just got to wait." But in the meantime, everyone is affected. See, it's just not me. All those other vets that have been put into places that really aren't fit to be put into. Come on, Mr. Trump. Come on, United States. I'm making a call out to you. View this. I've tweeted Trump, Putnam, all those guys, everybody about what's going on here. I need some help because the system is failing this veteran and his family.